Alright guys, while I'm driving here, I guess we might as well shoot another vlog that I've wanted to shoot. Yeah, when I'm in my truck, it gives me a good time to do that. On this one here, we're going to talk about line sets and replacing them and not replacing them. On the carrier install video that I just put up, I had a comment that said, how did he say that? He said, goes to show you that low bid wins again. That's how he said it. Because I did not replace the line set. Well, let's talk about that. You really think it makes that big of a deal? Changing a line set where I'm at is not a easy process, okay? My air handlers and furnaces are not in a basement. I can't just simply penetrate the wall and I've got all this headroom to run one and strap it to the joists and, you know, everything's all gravy. It takes 5 minutes. When I have to run a line set, I have to go up the wall, drill a hole through the soffit, and then hope that I can get to the soffit in the attic, if it's not too low, to actually be able to pull the line set. There's some of them that even if I wanted to pull a line set, I couldn't, because I couldn't get to the soffit to do it. You know, pulling a line set over here can be very difficult, and it can eat up a lot of my time on a job. Now, with that being said, why would I want to change the line set if it's sized correctly? Okay? Now, let me say this. If it's not sized correctly, if I've got a 1/4-inch liquid line and I've got a 4 or 5 ton system running on 3/4 or 5/8, yeah, I'm gonna pull a new line set, no doubt. I'm gonna find a way to make it happen. But if everything matches up, you know, you got a 3-ton system with a 3/8 liquid and a 3/4 suction, that's proper sizing. Why would I want to change it? Just because I'm converting over to 410A? No. You know why you guys say that? The ones that do say it is because y'all are letting the factories and stuff, just like they did to me when 410A first came out. They scared me and said, oh man, you can't mix those oils, you know, it's gonna gel up and you're gonna have problems, and you got to replace the line set, and then a few months later they came out with a flush, and so y'all are still scared. You know, y'all are scared of it. But let me tell y'all this: if it's such a big deal, tell me why they're making dry shipped units with compressors in them that have POE oil. Okay, these are dry charged units that you are supposed to dump the nitrogen out, evacuate it, and fill it up with R22 refrigerant. But the compressor has POE oil in it. What's up with that? You know, guys, it's not as critical as y'all think it is. Like I've said before, I took my house and I went from R22 to 410A, and I didn't do anything. I didn't change the line set. I didn't flush the line set. I didn't even blow it out with nitrogen. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do a damn thing. All I did was simply cut the copper off the coil, slap the new coil in, hook the copper right back up, cut the copper off the condensing unit, set my new heat pump, hook the copper right up to it, no flush, no line set replacement, no nitrogen blown through it, nothing. And hell, that was 3 years ago. And guess what? I had the first damn lick of trouble out of my unit. Not the first, nothing. I've never worked on my unit. The only thing I did to my unit was, and I've got a Train unit on my house. I got an XB13 with a Train aluminum evaporator. My aluminum evaporator had a bad solder joint on one of the two U-tubes on the coil that the factory, I guess, missed, and my evaporator was leaking. And I lost all my refrigerant charge. So that's the only thing I've done, but that has nothing to do with the line set. Nothing to do with it at all. But as far as having, other than changing my evaporator, nothing. I've done nothing to my unit. So if you want to call me or anybody else a low bidder because we don't change the line set, well, you can kiss my ass. I mean, I'm sorry, I hate, pardon my French, but that's just the way I feel about it. Because, and then, a line set's not cheap, and it adds more cost to the job. So you're adding more cost to the job, more time to the job for something that I know for a fact it's not going to hurt anything. Now, I tell you this, I do agree with what Zach said. Zach has touched on this subject too. And what I will do for my customers is I will blow. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not even using flush anymore. And I don't care, who likes it or who don't, but now I will take nitrogen and blow through each line individually. I'll blow through the suction line and blow through the liquid line, because Zach brought up a good point that in case there's some trash in there, there could be some trash or, anything could have happened to, and I will blow nitrogen through to avoid that from happening, and to clog, to stop it from clogging up a TXV or a piston. Now, the only time I will use flush, I will use it if it was a burnout. If the compressor was grounded, and I've got, acid in the system, and I got all that black residue inside the line set, I will also cut the line set back, because a burnout doesn't travel that far, especially when your line set is coming out the condenser and then it turns up the wall like that. It can't travel that far. So I'll cut the line set as far back to the house as I can, to where I feel comfortable adding on a new piece, and and get all the black acid out of the line set. And I will go ahead and flush the line set with RX11 flush or Pro Flush, just to ensure that none of that acid or black stuff gets in my new system. So in that case, I will do it. But if I'm just changing out a system because the evaporator's leaking, and the customer decides they just want to update, and the current system is still operational, or the compressor failed on for mechanical reasons and not a burnout, then there's no reason. I mean, nitrogen's all you need. Because I've taken my finger and ran it up inside that suction line, and there's nothing. It's clean. So anyway, but yeah, I thought I'd tell I was a low bidder because I didn't change the line set. Well, you know what? Call me what you want, but like I said, if it was easy, like the guys up north, and I'm not dogging the guys up north, man. Some of my best friends on here are up north. But things are different here in the South. And especially in Louisiana. Man, if I had a basement like everybody else, well, not everybody on here, but like most people, yeah, pushing a line set would be no problem, But it's difficult over here. It's not that it's difficult, but it's time consuming, and it's not just a easy drill a hole and boom, take off with it. There's a lot more involved in it than that. So anyway, not as big a deal as you guys are making it out to be. And the guys that the guy that left me that comment, man, instead of criticizing people like that, man, why don't you just do some research, man, and talk to people instead of just dogging on people. I just don't understand why people why you got to come out, why people got to be nasty like that. Why don't you just ask a question instead of running your mouth, but you know, I guess you can't stop them all. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all on the next one.